Hello, friends. Welcome to Season 2 of the Dr. B Show, sponsored by 111 Spa and Aesthetics, Get More Clicks Media, and Bora Consulting Group's Transforming Your Way to Success online course. Hello, friends. In episode 2 of Season 2 of the Dr. B Show, I interview CEO, Chief Visionary and Business Advisor of Red Sapiens, Mr. Joe Rojas. We discuss his road, his journey to where he is today. Enjoy the interview.
Hi, Dr. B here. Are you struggling to get rid of stubborn fat but don't want to have plastic surgery? 111 Spa and Aesthetics non-invasive slimming massage can help you get the body you always wanted. 111 Spa and Aesthetics can also help you when it comes to cellulite treatments and body contouring massage. 111 Spa and Aesthetics offers a full range of skincare services, including facials, acne, scar treatments, skin tightening, microdermabrasion, and more. 111 Spa and Aesthetics are trained professionals with extensive skincare experience and utilize only the best equipment possible. For more information, please visit their website at www.111aesthetics.com. That's 1-O-N-E-11. Leven, spaaesthetics.com, located at 10 East Moonachie Road in Hackensack, New Jersey, 07601. And to make an appointment, don't miss out, 201-520-1777, 201-520-1777, 111 Spa and Aesthetics.
All right, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Dr. B Show. I'm your host, Dr. B. I'm here. We're taping in the middle of December. That's why you see me in a sweater. I have the awesome Joe Rojas as a guest on the Dr. B Show. Joe, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing? What's going on?
Recording Saturday morning. Amazing. Great, man. So
crack of dawn interview.
Exactly. Hey, we got to squeeze it in when we can. Hey, let's get right to it. So tell the audience who you are and what you do.
My name is Joe Rojas, and the problem that I solve is that entrepreneurs aren't thriving, right? So and the reason that they're not thriving is the incredible amount of tasks that there is to do to run a business. It leaves them overwhelmed, frustrated. You know, they went into it because they thought, I'm gonna be a plumber, and off they went. And then all of a sudden they had to deal with HR and hiring and all this stuff. So what we do is we come along and we help them install a process in their business. And it's a process that helps them organize all the parts of the business from A to Z and helps them thrive. So that's what I do.
Wow, that's awesome. So how did you start your coaching business? Tell me a little bit about how did you get to this point? I think we already discussed this last time, but off the air, but I want to put some of that dirty laundry on the air.
It's a long story, but I'll take you through it in a couple minutes, right? So I had a very tumultuous childhood, right? So when I was 11, I quit school. And I started loading vans. And then from loading vans, I went to being a messenger. And then by 17, I'd opened my first business. I had 25 bouncers working for me. I had a bouncer business. It was great. It was a cash business, made a lot of money. But after a couple of close run-ins, I looked at my life and said, maybe I should do something different, right? So the people that are shooting at me should be professionals. So Desert Shield had turned to Desert Storm. I enlisted in the U.S. Army National Guard, my GED, enlisted in the U.S. Army National Guard. I spent a couple of years in school in the Guard as a special devices electronic technician. So night vision, thermal viewers, global positioning systems, all kinds of cool equipment. So I came back. I tried my hand at a few jobs, really didn't like it, applied for a job at the Department of Defense, worked with them for 4 years, got poached by a biomedical engineering company, worked with them for a couple of years, and then I got poached by an IT company, worked with them for a year. And at that point, I decided to open my own IT company. And then I failed horribly, really bad. So, to the point that I was living on somebody's couch, and I called a friend of mine who was a MBA guy, a Harvard MBA guy, and he had a similar business to mine. And we had a meeting, and he said, "Look, here's the problem. You keep trying to run your business like a technologist, and you got to run your business like a businessman, right?" So, I got a hold of Michael Gerber's The E-Myth, best book ever. I read it, and I started doing some stuff, and some things from the book work and some things didn't work. But, short story, we took a business that was doing $200,000 a year for a few years and had about $250,000 in debt and grew it to over $1 million in 18 months. Sold it, started a second one, grew it over $1 million in about 14 months. Started a third one, sold it, started a third one, and grew it out, and then had some kids and got a place and kind of started to chill out, right? Okay. And all the while, I was participating with a global transformational education company. So I started getting trained as a coach. So I got trained as a coach for, about 10 years. And then at some point I said, I should start helping my clients with this model that I've cobbled together. So I started doing that, right? Started helping them with the model. And all in all, in the last 15 years, I've helped about 30 companies hit their first million. So I said, I think I got something. I think I figured out something, and I'm not sure quite what it is. So I started putting something together. I started writing a book about it called, ultimately, I published in 2018, called How Entrepreneurs Thrive, and cobbled this system together that really helps companies go from that A to Z. And so about 5-6 years ago, I decided to sell my IT company, my interest to my partner. I had a partner, so I sold my interest to him and start a coaching company. And that's what I did. I started a coaching company, and then, went through the same cycles that you always go through. It was really hard at the beginning, and now it's getting some traction, and, we're moving along, and that's it. That's kind of how it goes.
How many coaches do you have now?
4.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your vision with that?
My vision is by 2036 to be at 45 coaches, right? And part of that vision is I want to open a center somewhere up in Washington Heights or Harlem or in that border right there, where we can do our training that we do for small businesses. But I also want to do training for young folks that maybe don't want to, that either the dropout rate in Washington Heights and Harlem is like 40-something%, almost 50%, right? And so people are dropping out because they're bored. I remember. Right. So that's why I dropped out. It's either bored or they need a job. Right. Right? So I want to be like an alternate choice to dropping out. Like, learn to be an entrepreneur, learn to start your own business, learn to, grow and create opportunities for young people there. So my vision is really to get to 45 coaches and really build a process that helps anybody that wants to start a business be moderately successful. See, not everybody's going to be a billionaire. You're going to start a business. You're going to start that. That's not going to happen. But if you run a $3 or $4 million company and you employ 10 or 15 people, and those people make a great living. I put a lot of kids through college that were my employees' kids, and it felt really good. Those kids now are grown-ups with no debt because their parents were able to pay for their college. And, if you're employing 5-6 people and you're paying them $50,000 to $100,000 a year, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So it's really about having a healthy economy and having the person that runs a business have a life, right? So work, You're never going to work less than 60 hours a week, but work a 60-hour week and take home a few $100,000 and be comfortable and live well. If you grow your business to 5, 6, 8, 10 million, great. But it's that first million that kicks your ass. So our goal is to help as many businesses get over $1 million as possible.
Gotcha. Awesome. What has I have a cameo appearance, a Zoom appearance by my daughter here. What has the experience in the military have taught you for your business today?
So much, like I could go all day, all night about that. But the first thing is, I remember, when you're in basic training, what they drill into you is duty, honor, country, right? Like those fundamental values of duty, honor, country. And I remember standing there the first time I was in color guard, right? Oh, you got to bring her on camera. You got to bring her appearance live on the show. You got to bring her on camera.
There you go. That's a little Emma on my show.
Hey, Emma.
Emma, say hi.
Hi, how are you? Good? You having a good morning? Yeah. Oh my God, you look just like your daddy.
Everybody says it's a good thing.
Oh, she's entirely too cute. Oh my God.
I have two dogs. Their name is Kira and Mia.
Oh my God. She knows it too. She
knows, yep. I know my two dogs, right? So go ahead, as you were saying.
So really, when I look, is first is understanding fundamental core values and what they mean to you. I remember, the first time I was in color guard and we were taking down the flag. We're taking down the garrison. It's a huge flag. It's like 65 feet, right? So we're taking down this huge garrison flag, and I was on color guard and we're folding the flag. And I remember that level of like pride and emotion that was inside of me as we were doing this, right? And so there was that, and then there was accountability and integrity, right? Like do what you say what you do, walk the walk, talk the talk, walk the walk. Right. So I think that those were the fundamental things that I got from being in the military that really made a huge difference for me. And, learning how to you plan, right? Mm-hmm. And then your baby shows up to the podcast, right? So how do you include that? How do you have it be part of the plan? Because the plans are never going to go according to the way they're going to go. But then you just include everything. How do you include everything? Because that's it. The most important thing is that you got to plan. But then when the plan goes sideways, you have to have that flexibility. You got to play with it. You got to play with it because it's going to go sideways every time, right?
Right. Exactly. Hey, man, so why do you think, just shifting gears a little bit quietly, so thank you. That was great information, by the way. So I'm glad that the military shaped you to the man you are today and the business the way it is today.
Do you want to promote your product or services to your target audience but don't know how? Do you struggle with social media marketing and management? Do you have challenges with lead generation for your business online? Well, look no further. Get More Clicks Media helps with SMS, MMS, and email marketing. Also, social media marketing and management, video marketing, lead generation, brand recognition, SEO, e-commerce, and website development. For more information, please visit getmoreclicksmedia.com. That's getmoreclicksmedia.com.
So why do you, just shifting gears a little bit, why do you think us, the Hispanic population, struggles, with the coaching and that aspect of it today? We kind of discussed this a little bit offline before.
So it's a great question, right? So, and I had a little time to think about it, and really, I think there are a bunch of different aspects of it, right? And it depends, because when we say the Hispanic population, we kind of lump everybody in together, but there's a bunch of varieties of us, right? So, and one subset is somos muy macho, right? so no, we know better than everybody else, so nobody's gonna tell us what to do, right? So that's in one subset. There is that, and the other subset is that it hasn't been part of the narrative, right? Like in American culture, especially, having a coach has been part of the narrative for a long time. And in the Latin cultures, is you got to you got to do it yourself. You got to pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. You got to do your own thing. But just because you're pulling yourself up by your own bootstraps doesn't mean that you don't have to have someone that kind of points out, hey, if you grab the two bootstraps on one boot instead of it's easier to pull up one boot than to pull up both boots at the same time, right? So it's that interplay where people are not it just hasn't been in the cultural narrative, right? So that's an aspect of it. And so then you end up with a little, don't tell me what to do. Now, I am finding, because I am getting some Latin clients now, I am finding that the first and second generation Latinos are starting to move in that direction and get in that narrative. And that's making a real difference in how they're conducting their business, right? And so if you want to be good at something, you got to have a coach. I have 3 coaches right now. You want to be good at something, you got to have a coach. If you don't have a coach, then don't expect to be good at something, right? Arguably, Michael Jordan, best basketball player of all time, right? But had a coach, fought for his coach, was in it with him all the way. Why? Because the coach can see things you can't see. The coach can give you shortcuts to things, I talk to my clients all the time about, they call me to consult me. It's like, oh, I have somebody on the leadership team. This is why I think they may not be working out. And then we have a whole conversation. Do we keep that person? Do we reform that person? How do you do that, right? So I really think that there's an opportunity for the Latin market to excel, to grow. So many business owners. But, I worked with a sandwich shop about 8 or 10 years ago. And they had been at 200,000 annual revenue for 10 years. For 10 years. I was like, if you go to an emergency room and you see a line straight across, what do you think? They're like, well, at least we're still open. Right. And I'm like, okay, well, how about we do some things different? And in about 16 months, we got to about 1.2. In 18 months, we got to about 1.4 million, right? And that guy got to take vacations for the first time. And his wife was so happy.
Absolutely.
Right. So the question is, what do you want to do? Do you want to just toil and be stuck in that grind forever? Or do you want to excel and be a business owner, not an employee with a business?
Right.
Right. And so that's the thing, right? So I think that maybe as I think about it, as we're talking about it now, that part of it is that and I'm going to say it in Spanish, and then we're going to have to figure out how to translate.
Yeah, exactly.
All right? Eso es para esa gente, eso no es para nosotros.
Right.
right? It's like that mentality. It's like that's coaching. That's for
us, right?
yeah, coaching is for those people. It's not for us, right? And so there's breaking through that barrier, I think, is what needs to happen. And what helps is that there's a lot of first, second, third generation Latin folks that are really looking to go to that next level. So I hope that helps.
That's a good answer. It's long-winded, but it was great. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So what do you think we could do as Hispanics to kind of change the narrative a little bit? Is it
I think
kind of helps businesses? Is it something more on a political stage, global stage? I don't know. What do you think should be?
I think what needs to happen is people like you that are leaders that are que son Latino, que the people that are Latin, we have to show that it can be done, right?
Yeah.
So the best thing is to see examples in anything, right? So to see you, it makes me super proud, you know, I'm a first generation Dominican, right? But to see you like in the stage, Dr. Borja.
Thank you. Did it so much.
I love that, right? So we need to just keep elevating each other. We need to keep communicating. We need to create content in Spanish. There's not enough business content in Spanish. So we have to start creating business content in Spanish because that makes it accessible, right? So it's what are we doing to make this content accessible? And that it's not, there's a lot of what I call raw content, which is, you know, like when you work with us, a lot of the content, the content is more like, it's not rah, right? It's like, we're going to work, right? So it's how do you, so you have to position that also. So I think that that's my answer. So we got to get more content. We need more examples like you of people that are leading in our communities to make a difference.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. I totally agree. We need more role models, more people in place like you and I to lead by example. And hopefully by leading by example, people can follow and say, hey, I could do this too. I can be an entrepreneur. I could hire a coach. I could take my business from, 200,000 to $1 million plus and things of that nature. So appreciate it. Appreciate your answer. Hey, so tell us about the Global Accelerator Summit coming up that you help put together.
Awesome. So we put together a one-day growth summit that's designed to help you take control of your business. It's called the Growth Acceleration Summit. You can get it at growthaccelerationsummit.com. And we've got a bunch of sponsors, which is really great. And there's 5 basic parts of the day. Attract. How do you attract your clients? It's human to human marketing. So most people try to, they think that just putting content out there, but who are you talking to? Who's your ideal prospect? Who's the right client? Then convert. How do you take that client that is now engaged with you, that potential client, and convert them to a client? Then deliver. This is where most businesses fall down. They get the client to buy, but then they don't deliver what they need to deliver. And then that client leaves and they talk bad about you, right? So you need to be able to deliver effectively so that they become raging fans. So after you deliver, you have to complete. I used to have this vendor when I had my IT company, who's the best cabler ever. But he would send me invoices 3 or 4 months after the job, right? If you don't complete, because, I'm too busy. You're too busy to get paid? What is going on here? Right? So you need to complete. So how do you get the invoicing? How do you get the testimonial? How do you get the referrals from your clients? And then you got to measure, right? If you don't measure, you don't know if you're growing. So there's going to be 4 of us delivering the content. They're all our 4 coaches, right? Heather Mathis, she, brings a deep understanding of the numbers. She was a director of supply chain management for a major corporate, multi-billion-dollar privately held business, right? There's myself. I'll be talking about, core values, vision, mission, the stuff that I, culture, really. Jeff Lair, who is has been a lead executive in the marketing department of major companies and, mining companies and all kinds of, he follows that brand story model and kind of takes you all the way through. And Morris Stemp, who is our numbers guy, right? So he's a fractional CFO. He had his own business for 35 years. He's been a CFO for multi-million-dollar companies. And so we bring all that together and give you content throughout that day. So it's only $197, but if they sign up with your special code, they get $50 off.
There you go.
So that's going to be for all your audience and all your folks. And that's pretty much what's going to happen that day. It's going to be really fun. We're going to have an online community that in a platform that we use called Sutra that will survive the summit. So when people have questions and stuff like that, they can talk to each other there.
Thank you. So who should attend? Who's the ideal person to attend? Is it
so it's interesting, right?
Entrepreneurs.
Yeah, so all of that, right? So if you're an aspiring entrepreneur, you should be there. If you are somebody who's been in business for a long time and you're stuck, it's a great place for you to be because you're going to get new ideas and you're going to see new things. So whether your business is $1 million, 5 million, or 50 million, if you've been stuck in the same spot for more than a year, you should be at the summit.
That's great. Amazing. Where could people find your contact information if interested in the summit or interested in your services?
They're interested in the summit, they can just go to growthaccelerationsummit.com. If they're interested in talking to me, they should go to Sapiens, SAPIENS.com, redsapiens.com. If you scroll down, it just says book a call with Joe and then puts you right on my calendar, or it says call Joe right on my website, and you do that and my cell phone rings. So, so either one of those things is fine.
That's great. So Joe, it was a pleasure. Thank you for it's an honor to have you on my show for season 2. So thank you so much, Joe Rojas. Thank you so much for being on the Dr. B show.
Thank you. It's really great being here.
All right, guys. Thank you. Take care.
Has the pandemic changed the way you prospect today? Do you struggle prospecting for new leads for your business? Do you have challenges and don't have a process when networking at an event, either virtually or online? Well, look no further. Borja Consulting Group's Transforming Your Way to Success online course is a solution. In this 8-week intensive course, you will go from networking novice to networking guru. As a bonus, 2 coaching sessions with Dr. Jairo Borja himself are now included in the course. Don't miss this amazing opportunity to transform your pipeline, increase quality leads, close more deals, and transform your way to success. For more information, please visit our website, www.borjaconsultinggroup.com. That's www.borjaconsultinggroup.com. Hello, friends. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of the Dr. B Show, sponsored by 111 Spa and Aesthetics, Get More Clicks Media, and Borja Consulting Group's Transforming Your Way to Success online course. Remember to transform your pipeline, increase quality leads, and go from networking novice to networking guru with Borja Consulting Group's Transforming Your Way to Success online course. Please visit our website at www.borjaconsultinggroup.com. Take care.